Somehow every season Hyperbait just finds a new variation that's extremely broken. And this is the one for today. We have 3.1 Hyperbait cycle with the Hero Goblins. It's disgusting. So how's it going, everybody? We're playing the super broken Hyperbait deck today, as you had just saw in the intro, and we are going to be spamming the bridge like crazy. I wanted to play this deck to just showcase that no matter what, Supercell will just add a new card that benefits Hyperbait, it seems, almost every single season for the last, what, 5-6 months? Starting with Evo Ghost as one of those first ones that just applies infinite pressure, and you can't really deal with it very well. So he's got a Skarmy and a Knight as well. Could be a bait deck potentially or something along those lines. I'm not sure exactly what he's running, but yeah, it's been a crazy day in Clash Royale. We had the CEO apologizing. Well, I don't even know if apologizing is the right word. I guess sort of apologizing, but people are saying that his apology was like AI generated. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm like, dude, this is just a mess. I wish they would just come out publicly and be like, yeah, we have been selling, we've been doing things that have been stupid and dumb, and let's just get on the right track and let's start making good updates, and, you know, that's all they need to say. And then people will have to start believing them if they show that they actually mean what they're saying. But that's just my, like, dream of the Clash Royale. Like, how I want Clash Royale to look is for them to just admit they're being dumb, they were being dumb, and they've made a lot of mistakes, and then we can hopefully all move past it, and they can start caring about their players. But that's literally all I want, like, genuinely, in a nutshell right there. But anyways, enough yapping about that. We're going to go for the double lane pressure with my skillful push of the Skeleton Barrel evolution. That gets 1,000 damage if it gets on tower, and then the bush, of course, on the other side. He does have Evo Skarmy, so I've got to be a little bit careful of that. But yeah, Hero Goblins, you guys know why that's in this deck. It applies another layer of bait on top of our already insane pressure. I don't know how my Ghost didn't hit the general right there, but it doesn't matter too much because we should be in a fine situation. We're only up a little bit of damage, so it's not like a cakewalk of a win, but he's got a, I don't know if I want to say respectable, but a more common, I guess, bait type of deck, and we've got more hyper bait with all of these cards. I thought Cannon Card and Rascals are a great addition to a hyper bait deck because they just are annoying cards, and you have to put spells on, especially the Rascals, to even take care of them. So if you don't, you're just going to put yourself in a bit of a predicament. You might go for the barrel. There it is. I'm going to go for the Goblins. I'm going to go for the Ghost up top, Dark Goblin down low to hopefully clean up the rest of this. Let's go ahead and log the Princess. I don't really have a good way to kill the Princess without that log, so I think that's the right play. Then I can go for the Skeleton Barrel. I'd like to have my Goblins in cycle if he does go for a Goblin Barrel of his own, but yeah, he's going to have a hard time defending this all right here. We have just so much on the map. He's slowly but surely getting chipped down. Pretty good defense. The Cannon Card didn't actually get on tower, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to go Dark on the bridge, try and catch him off guard with this. Yep, he has no elixir, no way. That's going to connect for, what, 3 shots? 2 shots? I'll take it. So we have a lot of damage lead on that right-hand side and the left-hand side, too. So I'm going to go Rascals the back like this. I can just go for... You know what? I'm not going to ability. I thought maybe... I probably should have anyways. The Princess would have shot the Goblins, but they still would have gotten a few hits, I think. I'm going to go log on his Princess once again. Just try and keep that off the map and not allow him to get to infinite value. There's the Evo Skarmy again. Something that could definitely be a bit concerning. Let's get Dark Goblin down. There's the barrel. Let's go Rascals early. Let's go for the Goblins to tank. Let's go ahead and just cycle... Actually, I'm not going to cycle anything else. I was going to go Ghost on top of that Dark Goblin, but I don't think we need to. I can go Ghost on this left-hand side instead. Barrel on the right-hand side, and we just keep the pressure. You guys can see we are just slamming the same combination of pressure over and over and over, and I think we're slowly but surely just chipping him out. Look at that damage. Oh my goodness, that might be game. Rascal? Oh, not quite. Almost game over. Not completely yet, though. I'm going to go Dark Goblin low, then go Goblins to block the bridge in case he tries to use the Knight Beacon. Yeah, whatever the heck you call it, the ability thingy. I'm going to go Bush over here, left-hand side, and yeah, it's an absolute nightmare for the opponent right now. He's having so many things he has to deal with. I mean, it's just too much. It's so overwhelming, and honestly, whenever you face this version of Hyper Bait where you can respawn the Goblins, you honestly want to just give up and not play the game ever again. That's at least how I felt whenever I faced this deck before this video and started rage quitting, and then instantly switched to it so I could use it and show you guys how annoying it is. But yeah, well, we really played good in that first match. No better way to start off a game than a Skeleton Drill. He goes for a Goblin Drill, Fire Spirit first play at the bridge, and this is peak Clash Royale. Let's go Log on top of that, then Goblins. I don't know about y'all, but I've been facing Drill a crazy amount. So he's got the Log version. That means probably no Snowball. It could be, I'm not sure what exact version. It's probably either going to be with the one with Demolisher and Poison, or the one with like Magic Archer and Demolisher in the same deck. That's a pretty good deck as well. There's been tons of Drill, though, like I said, in the meta, just going around recently. It's been plaguing the meta for sure, but I'm just going to go for the Skeleton Barrel on the right-hand side, make him dual lane defend. That's pretty much all you're doing with this deck. It's kind of similar to like Recruits in a way, where you're just slapping stuff down at the river and then putting stuff on both sides, so they have to, basically their eyes get overstimulated, like there's too much happening. I'm going to go Goblins. He's probably going to use the ability. Yeah, he does, but that doesn't even kill. Yeah, it doesn't even kill the Dark Goblin. That's a pretty big mistake, I would say. And now he has to log the left. He has to defend these Goblins too that I'm about to deploy on the map in a second. Wait, let me go for the Ghost like this. Let me go for the the Skeleton Barrel. I'm not going to ability. Actually, I'm not going to ability. That was kind of bad timing to even Skeleton Barrel because, of course, he randomly cannoned the middle at like the perfect placement at the same time. It's fine, though. Just a little bit unlucky. I wish I was more patient. Sometimes being more patient with the Hyper Bait deck can be beneficial because your opponent will always expect you to spam. So changing up the tempo could be the method. But I'm going to Dart Goblin right here. He's going to log on top of that. That's fine. We'll go Goblins up top for the... No! Oh, no, no, no. Come back, come back. Oh, shoot. That's really bad. I have to burn a log as well because I messed up my Goblin placement, of course. I guess there's a little bit of a delay when you drop the Goblins. Like, I forgot they added that maybe a while ago now. He's going to go for a drill, but I don't think drilling is really ever a good play. I'm going to pop the ability, and also that Evo Ghost should kill at least one of those wall breakers. No, it doesn't kill either of them. What the heck? I just got scammed. It's fine. We'll go Skeleton Barrel to the right. Now he has to defend both sides once again. He's going to let that Skeleton Barrel get to his tower. It looks like I can go Dark Goblin down low to hopefully not mess up. Oh my god, that just juked me. Y'all see that? Oh my... Dude, the Skeleton Barrel pulled back the Mighty Miner, and it literally juked me. Luckily, he kind of messed up his defense right there, and we get a few Dark Goblin shots. That was so bad. Okay, we're fine, though. It is what it is. Like, kind of a few bad plays, but I'm playing Hyper Bait. I can get away with making a couple mistakes and still win. So I'm going to go for the Skeleton Barrel on this left-hand side. He Evo Cannons. Interesting. I'm going to go for the Goblins, get a couple hundred on damage, and then Ghost might connect as well, potentially. He does go for the Skellies. If I can get one Ghost hit... Oh, wait, we get a bunch of damage on the other side, too, and one Ghost hit on the right-hand side. I will definitely take that. So I'm going to go for the sus bush like this, and then I'm just going to go for a hopefully well-timed log. Goblins as well, make sure that doesn't connect, and we should be in business here. That was pretty good defense. He does kind of overspend as well, and he also fireballed, so I'm going to just go really aggressive with our Evo Skeleton Barrel at the bridge. Go for the sus bush on the left-hand side with some more goblins. Just a goblin party right now, just a swarm party, honestly. Mighty Miner is going to probably ability if I had to make a prediction. There it is. We get a couple hundred damage on the right, but yeah, all this game is just trying to get some cheap chip damage over and over and over. If I can just keep the pressure on and not allow him to drill with the help of some spells, then we should be in a good spot. Like, this is literally brain rot, but I'm just going to go all in at the river. The Rascal Boy might get on tower, which is pretty good. We get a couple hits from that, not bad. And then that Skeleton Barrel is going to pop on tower. It's just never-ending pressure, it seems. I'm going to go for the sus bush. Look at the barrel. Oh my goodness, he didn't have a spell or anything in cycle for that, and now we get, what, like 800 damage from one single barrel. So I'm going to go for this right here. He goes for the Evo Cannon. That was pretty well played. Let's go Goblins on top of this, then Ghost as soon as I can on this drill. Whew, those wall breakers were dangerously close to my tower, but thankfully we have another Dark Goblin to just clean up everything, and then I can keep spamming the bridge relentlessly forever. So I'm going to go for another Skeleton Barrel right here. He does Fireball that time. That's fine. I'm just going to go for the ability with the Goblins to hopefully kill that Mighty Miner, and I'm still not even used to using the Goblin ability because if you guys did not know, I am vowing to not play heroes on ladder this season. I'll make a video probably on it soon. Outside of just videos for fun, like I'm not going to actually use heroes on ladder because I don't think they should be in the game. It's kind of like a little bit of a... What's the right way to word it? I guess I guess a little bit of a boycott from the heroes, but I'm still using them for videos and stuff because, you know, I got to show y'all why they shouldn't be in the game, right? So the bush is going to connect on the tower. He's going to have to drop a Skellies on that. That still might get one or two hits right there. It does not, unfortunately, but I can go Dark Goblin up top like this. I can go for my Skeleton Barrel. I can just get a nicely timed log. Hopefully, sus bush to left, keep the pressure on. And yeah, he gets a little damage, but nothing too crazy. I can Rascals the bridge, and now he's just fighting for his life. That's a pretty valuable Evo Cannon, and when I say pretty valuable, I mean extremely. He got a Skeleton, or a two Goblins, and it was two Rascal Girls, and a freaking Dark Goblin in there. Anyways, enough yapping about that. We can just go Rascals the bridge one more time. Just keep spamming. There's no reason to not. Go for the Skeleton Barrel on the right as well, and it's a nightmare for the opponent right now. I actually kind of feel a little bit bad, even though he's using a pretty broken deck as well, I'm not going to lie. He still doesn't have any way to win this game because we have so much pressure. So that Rascal's on tower. The Skellies come down late. Doesn't matter, though. Only 9 seconds. Not enough time for him to take my tower, and that's going to do it right there. So pretty, I guess, hard-fought game. You would think he'd have a pretty decent matchup, too, but we just have so much spam that it doesn't matter. We can just continuously drop bush, barrel, like Rascals the bridge, Dark Goblin. It's just so annoying. Okay, got our next match, and you already know what time it is. Sus Bush the River, first play. Honestly, Sus Bush is one of my favorite cards. I wish it never really got implemented into decks like this. I mean, the card is literally, in its nature, going to be good with bait. It just kind of is how it was made, but it's a fun card to use. I guess you just kind of have to abuse the fact that it can fit into these similar, or these type of archetypes right here. But yeah, I'm curious to hear everybody's thoughts on the drama and everything going on. I think we already have a pretty general consensus. Here's what I'll say in terms of my opinion. At the moment, I think that the best thing that the CEO or anyone that works at Supercell and has like a say or whatever over the updates, maybe the manager, whoever the CEO was talking to about the game, should come out and say something. They pretty much have two options, right? They can either publicly apologize and like literally say, okay, we have went about this the wrong way. We've made a mistake with hero updates. We've made a mistake with level 16. We're going to make the progression way better. Or they can just sit there and let the game continue to drastically fall apart and never, ever gain the trust of the community, because people are boycotting. Like, we had people quitting the tournaments. A lot of the content creators like Riley, I think Ken wasn't playing in it. Boss said he's not going to stream anymore until they do something. Obviously, Jinxie, like, there's never been a point in 10 years of this game where this has happened, guys. Like, this is crazy, because everyone's so fed up, and I mean, everyone's fed up. Every content creator's fed up, every player's fed up with the greed and the stupidity. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I think genuinely there's going to be some change, and if there's not, then it's GG. So we'll see what happens, but I'm hopeful there's change, and I'm hopeful they will finally just give a damn. You know what I mean? I don't even cuss, but you guys can understand the frustration. Anyways, I'm just going to keep spamming some broken cards at the bridge until they make emergency balance changes. Let's go Ghost at the river. He has Lava Hound, so I'm going to pressure both sides right here with a sus bush, because he's only got one Valkyrie, and there's the Evo Valk on the Ghost. He kind of had no choice but to do that, and now we have a bunch of pressure. I'm going to Goblins as well with this. I'm pretty much just making sure he can't build up the massive push that he'd like to build up. Right here with this Lava Hound. Look at the damage. Oh my gosh, we're going to take tower almost. Down to 562. That Valk's going to be fine. We can go for the Skeleton Barrel on defense. Bush on the right-hand side, just because we want to keep up the dual lane pressure, even though we have such a massive, significant damage lead on the left-hand side. I'm going to go Ghost on this side as well. And Goblin, since he used his Valk. Like I said, just keep the pressure on. Don't allow him to even take a second to breathe. Right here, and Goblins all over the tower. Ghost is all over that tower. I mean, we're about to take the tower. Holy smokes. Remember, I can go for the Ghost, or the Goblin's ability in a second here, because they haven't nerfed this yet. We're going to go for the ability, go for the Sus Bush, log on top of this, so my Sus Bush doesn't go to the Tombstone, and that might be GG's, potentially. I don't know how he's going to survive. Let's go Goblins at the river. Just keep the pressure. Go for a second to Dart Goblin, and there's the Bush. He has to Valk on top of that. He has to defend the Goblins, too. Oh, my goodness gracious. That's going to be GG's, I do believe, because he cannot stop everything. I mean, maybe he can pop the ability. Can he stop that? He cannot, and we do get a nice easy win right there. This guy's giving me all types of kisses right here. I don't know how I feel about that. He put the Expo emoji. I'm sorry. He's going to think I'm playing Expo, and I'm just going to hit him with the most diabolical hyper bait deck in the entire game. I'm so sorry. Let's go for the Ghost over here and see what he does want to do. It's cool, like, you know, when people recognize you in game and stuff. I just think that's interesting. But yeah. He's going to go for the Knight like this right here, and then I'm just going to go, I don't want to play this. Let's go Dark Goblin low. He's going to use his ability most likely. Hold on, he goes for the Mortar. Let's get a Cannon card on top of that quickly. He does ability, but I actually think that's a little bit too aggressive. I know it's only one elixir, but I'm going to try and capitalize with my Skeleton Barrel and just take the damage. Maybe I should have just logged and not tried to pressure him too much back, but I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I most likely should have just logged because I didn't get as much damage back, but it's still fine. Let's go for the Goblins down low. Just cycle them to tank for the minions and a little bit of that Dark Goblin right there. And not a horrible start. I definitely could have played it a little bit better, but yeah, like I said, with this deck, you are allowed to make a few mistakes, and I'm not going to play too many broken decks this season because I am a firm believer that there is going to be emergency balance changes. I'm so confident they have to do them, or the season will be lost. Maybe when the Hero Mega Minion comes out, which I don't even know when that is at this point, if they're even doing it still. I'm assuming they will because they already planned on it, but you never know anymore. Like, hopefully, hopefully they just cancel. It's Operation Cancel All Heroes. It's honestly almost close to Operation Cancel Clash Royale at this point. It's getting crazy in here, but I'm a firm believer that there's going to be emergency balances because of the meta being so horrible. We'll see, though. I'm going to go Goblins like this, and then I'm going to also just go for my Evo Ghost on the left-hand side. Try and keep the pressure. No, that bush pop, that sucks, because I was really hoping that stayed right where it was. Look at Dart Goggins just carrying him, man. Holy moly. That's going to be fine, though. It's going to go invisible. No, it's not. I'm going to pop my ability, though. Try and catch him a little bit off guard and get a couple hundred more damage before he expects it. He does go for the minions, but that's still a lot of damage. I'm going to go Dark Goblin here and then Barrel on the other side. He does use his ability, but my Dark Goblin helps out with that. Dark Goblin is so broken still. I don't even know if they nerfed this card or if they just lied to us because it feels just as broken as before that nerf happens. Look at the left-hand side, by the way. Look at the damage output right there. Let's get the Rascals down. Look at the other side. He has the Bar Barrel. I'm going to go Ghost on top of the Dark Goblin, and you can see the toxicity. This deck just flows in a way that you just don't love to see, you know? It sucks to even play against it. I would say you want to play like E-Giant Bowler to counter this or something along those lines. Let's go for the Skeleton Barrel on the other side, and then you don't even need a building with this deck. You've got Cannon Card. You've got just so many good, cheap spammy cards to where the opponent can't even get a beatdown push going if they were playing beatdown. So I'm not sure even if beatdown would be a good idea to face this deck with, but I'm going to go Ghost on top of his Dart Goggins, and then once again rip another barrel and another Goblins, and just the pressure. What does he do? There's nothing. It's never ending, it seems. I'm going to let that lock on my Ghost and my Goblins and go for the bush on the right-hand side, and the pressure will never ever end, it seems. I'm just going to go for another ability here, because why not? I mean, just get him to force out even more elixir, and then I can just go for the Rascals for the minions. There's the Goblins, there's the Dart Goblin, and there's the Skeleton Barrel again on the right-hand side. He has another push coming at him as soon as he defends that first one, and that's going to pop. He's going to have to go for something on top of that. Barbell comes down, but we have another sus bush, and yeah, it's an absolute nightmare for the opponent right now. I'd like to think it's almost GG's, but he's kind of defending pretty well. We got to give him credit for what he's doing. Let's go Skeleton Barrel here. He has the Goblins that side, and then he's probably going to have to mortar this or something. Let's log on top of that right there. We do take like 500 damage, but the barrel's going to connect, I believe, and that's going to do it. Yep. Nope, it's not going to do it. That Skeleton didn't get a hit. Predict the ability from him. He does ability. Nice. We can go Dark Goblin down low, and then I think this Skeleton Barrel should take it. Let's pop this down on the right-hand side. He has to defend both sides as well, so I'm going to go Bush on the left-hand side, and wow, I honestly feel disgusting playing like this, but we're going to secure the victory. There's no way he stops that. I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course, as always, enjoyed the Butch clip, and have a great rest of your day, and yeah, peace.